Wow, I don't think I've ever been so impressed with an E3. There was so much revealed about our favourite upcoming RPGs and some completely new titles that it just blew me away. This video is going to look at the RPGs shown at E3 2019, and I'll tell you now, there is a lot to get through. Which RPGs are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments. Alright, let's start with the biggest and the best. You know what I'm talking about. Do you want to know how to instantly win E3 for me? Play a damn incredible FF7 Remake trailer. Holy shit, this one gave me goosebumps. Not only do we get to see a good amount of gameplay, but Tifa was revealed for the first time. And I'm pretty sure the screaming crowd was a good indication that she looks incredible.
Have you been a good girl?
I can't get over how amazing this game looks. This is why I'm going to spend a bit of time talking about what we learnt in the FF7 remake at E3. If you missed the finer details, episode 1 is going to expand the Midgar events that we know from the original. A whole game dedicated to Midgar. This is going to be awesome. Episode Midgar, which will be released on March 3rd, will span over 2 Blu-ray discs, which is an absolute massive amount of data. And unfortunately, we currently don't know how many more episodes there will be, but I'm all for expanding the lore as much as they can. The Square Enix staff also walked us through a gameplay presentation where some of the battle mechanics were discussed. From the demonstration, we're told that this hybrid gameplay system allows Cloud to attack, dodge and block all in real time. Through basic attacks, Cloud will feel his ATB bar, which will allow him to enter tactical mode. Here, time slows down and you can choose additional actions from the command menu. These include items, magic from materia, and also unique powerful attacks such as Braver. Each character will also play completely differently, and switching between them is as simple as a single button press. The characters that you don't control will automatically attack, but you will be the one that decides how they use their ATB actions. This was all demonstrated against the Scorpion Sentinel boss, and boy oh boy, wowee, it was incredible. I don't think I've ever been as excited for a game in my life. March 3 cannot come soon enough. Okay, so apparently other things happened at E3 as well. One of the other things was a reveal for the newest Tales of game, Tales of Arise. I am a big fan of the series and absolutely loved the most recent title, Tales of Berseria. The thing that stood out for me about this trailer was the new level of realism, as Tales of games have traditionally not followed this style. We're not shown too much in the trailer, but what we do know is that it'll be released sometime in 2020 on the Xbox One and PS4. Tell me, how can you not love Borderlands? This chaotic co-op RPG shooter with a sense of humour has a massive fan base, and if you've played it, you'll know why. This E3 trailer for Borderlands 3 did everything that I wanted it to. It shows the same wacky, insane, crazy style, but visually, it looks a load better than the previous games. These guys certainly know how to trailer. Borderlands 3 comes out on the 13th of September, so close. Also worth mentioning is that there is now a DLC for Borderlands 2 which will set the scene for Borderlands 3. Commander Lilith and the Fight for Sanctuary is out now and will be free until July 9th, so check it out before Borderlands 3 comes our way. One of my most anticipated games coming into E3 was Cyberpunk 2077. I expected an awesome trailer, which is what we got, but what I didn't expect was that the game will feature Keanu freaking Reeves. You would think that this would be good enough, but wait, there's more. The official release date was revealed by, guess who? Keanu Reeves, with lights and smoke and absolute style. How can you not love this guy? April 16, 2020. That's less than a year away. Hopefully I'll be done with FF7 by then. Alright, now, this is something that I did not expect to see. A bloody Dragon Ball Z open world action RPG. It's called Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Seriously, E3 is the gift that keeps on giving. My teenage years consisted of waking up every morning, watching Dragon Ball Z, then going to school wishing I could just turn Super Saiyan and kick everyone's ass. This better not suck. I will be heartbroken if this game isn't as awesome as it has to be. Now, I'm no mathematician, but I know that From Software plus George R.R. Martin equals possibly the most amazing thing on this planet. Nope, it's not Game of Souls. They call it Elden Ring. Whatever it's called, I don't care. I'm sold. Apparently, Elden Ring is a Dark Souls style game with an open world setting with more of a focus on RPG elements. We don't see much except for some strange multi-armed creature holding another arm. Oh, and the narrator getting pretty devastated about the Elden Ring being shattered, which looks to have had a pretty big impact on the world.
Oh, Elden Ring.
There's no word of a release date, but it will be released on the PS4, Xbox One, and on PC. Next we have Oninaki, the newest title from Tokyo RPG Factory. I never got around to playing their other RPG titles, I Am Setsuna and Lost Sphere, so hopefully I'll get a chance to start with this one. Tokyo RPG Factory games have typically been lower budget with a style and mechanics that reflect classic JRPGs of the past. Oninaki will be released on August 22 on Steam. I'm really hoping that we'll see a console release shortly after. I am happy to hear that Bandai Namco's anime Soulsy action RPG Code Vein is coming out on September 27, which is the year after it was originally set for release. I've always had an interest in this one. Code Vein is set in a post-apocalyptic world where its survivors have developed a thirst for blood. The trailer shows a few cutscenes and some pretty intense gameplay, only a few months away. Perhaps the series with the biggest cult following ever, Shenmue. The third in the series is finally around the corner. It was pushed back to November, but I'm fine with that since I'll have enough to play during September. The trailer itself looks awesome, and I'm happy to see that it still has the quirks that made the original game so memorable.
What did you say to me?
Loads of Shenmue's Kickstarter backers are raging about it being released through the Epic Games platform rather than on Steam. Personally, I don't care, it's PS4 for me. Have you heard of Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines? Originally released in 2004, it was met with some serious praise. That's if you could ignore the countless technical issues. I loved this game. It had such an incredible dark style and some outstanding writing. A sequel is something that I never expected to see. Essentially, you're a vampire in a large, urban, open setting forced to feed on the living to survive but unable to break the vampire masquerade. It's dark, it's brutal, and it has a shitload of charm. From what I can see, this sequel meets all of my expectations. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 will release early in 2020 for PS4, PC, and Xbox. Do not forget about this one. The Outer Worlds. I've been interested in this for a while now. This single-player first-person RPG is developed by Obsidian and is meant to be a spiritual successor to Fallout New Vegas. New Vegas in space? Why the hell not? Basically, you wake up from a 70-year cryosleep in the colony of Halcyon, which is not where you're meant to be. The Outer Worlds release date is so close, October 25 on the PS4 and Xbox One. Let me pencil that one in. The Mana series got a bit of love at E3. For starters, the Mana Collection was announced for the Switch. This collection includes ports of the first 3 titles in the series, Final Fantasy Adventure, Secret of Mana, and Trials of Mana, which is the new name for Seiken Densetsu 3. The incredible thing here is that it is out now. Like this second, you can go onto your Switch right now and play them. But the fun doesn't stop there. There is a complete remake of Trials of Mana coming out for the Switch. Now, I had so much fun playing the fan translation with my mates all those years ago, and the fact that the original is out now and a complete remake is coming is awesome. I'm just hoping for a higher standard than the Secret of Mana remake released last year. The Legend of Zelda is more of an adventure title, but I think it's still worth mentioning here. Did you ever play Link's Awakening? This 90s title was released on the Game Boy and Game Boy Color and was critically acclaimed. I've never had a chance to play it, but it looks like now I will have that chance. Actually, it may take me a while to get around to, as it's being released this September with a load of other awesome RPGs. But if you think that's exciting, take a look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a trailer for a Breath of the Wild sequel. The first was my favorite Zelda game of all time. I loved it for so many reasons. All the reasons, in fact. The new trailer here doesn't reveal too much, but it does do more than enough to completely throw me onto the hype train. Unfortunately, there's no word of a release date. All we're told is that it is now in development. One thing that I would love is to have the chance to play through more Fire Emblem games. Some of them are just so hard to obtain these days. The newest title in the series, Fire Emblem Houses, is set for a Switch release on the 26th of July, and I'm primed and ready to jump into the series once again. This year at E3, we got a 1.5 minute story trailer, which looks great, but let's be honest, I was going to buy the game anyway. Luckily, we only have to wait about 6 weeks. It seems like this list is never ending, but I couldn't possibly not talk about Pokemon Sword and Shield. We got a lengthy gameplay demo, and as expected, it looks great. However, longtime fans weren't too happy about the fact that not every Pokemon will be obtainable in the game. If you ask me, with the crazy, ever-growing amount of Pokemon, I can see a problem with adding and balancing them all, so I'm not too worried about this. As for how many will be available, that's currently unknown, but we'll no doubt find out soon, as this game is set for release on November 15. So there we have a load of upcoming new RPG titles being released, but there are also quite a few new remasters that are coming out on new generation consoles. A lot of these ones really excite me, so let's take a look. Firstly, we have Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. I had a lot of fun with this one on the GameCube, but it was so disappointing that they made it next to impossible to play it with friends. I mean, each person needed their own Game Boy Advanced and link cable. Back then, I had 0 friends that met that criteria. Right now, I still have 0 friends. This time around, I'm looking forward to playing both couch co-op and being able to play online. As for the release date, we're looking at winter. That's the US winter. It's hot as hell during that time for us Aussies. We also have remasters of Romancing Saga 3 and Saga Scarlet Grace, which are 2 RPGs that were never released outside of Japan. I don't know too much about these games, but I think it's a great thing that some of the classics are finally leaving Japan. These remasters will feature HD graphics, new dungeons to explore, fresh scenarios, and a new Game Plus feature. And according to the trailer, each playthrough gives you a new lobster. How could you say no to that? The release date is TBA, but I'll be keeping my eye on them. Any Phantasy Star fans out there? More than 7 years after its Japanese release, Phantasy Star Online 2 is finally coming west. This game will be free to play on the Xbox and PC and is set for release during spring 2020. I've said it before, but Final Fantasy VIII is perhaps my favourite RPG of all time, and it was also my first. Finally being able to play a remaster version makes me so happy, and it's about time. All the other FF titles were getting love. This re-rendering looks amazing, and the music, damn, so many memories. An exact release date is unknown, but it'll come out sometime this year on the PS4, Switch, Xbox One, and on Steam. I have been purposely avoiding talk of any mobile games, but this one is a little different. The Elder Scrolls Blades was a mobile game, but now it's coming to Switch later this year, and it's free, so there's probably some people out there willing to give it a go. For me, I'll wait and see what the word is on the microtransactions. Wow, that was a lot of content to get through. Once again, I can't remember an E3 being so incredible with its RPG content. There is so much to look forward to, and I know I'll be busy playing these games for a long time. Which ones are you most looking forward to? Let me know in the comments. This was Hellfire RPGs, thanks for watching. If you liked this, hit like and sub for more RPG content. See you next time.